So the San Francisco Giants have added 4 more coaches to complete their coaching staff for 2020. Their huge coaching staff. And it includes one very historic hire that I'm going to get into. But I'm also going to review the entire list, and I actually got it right here. The list of the 2020 Giants coaching staff. So let's get started.
And he drives it into right center field, hit a ton. This baby is way back out of here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and we're talking Giants baseball, and today we're talking about coaches. The Giants have hired 4 more coaches to complete their staff for 2020, and what a staff it is. And we're going to start just looking at the graphic that showed the original hires, and I already made a video, and I'll link that in the description if you want to check out that video. But these were the original hires for their coaching staff. So you can see here, there are a lot of names that are not really familiar, a lot of coaches without big league experience, but they are guys who know how to coach, who have a ton of experience, and are baseball lifers basically. And these guys will hopefully be great at their job of communicating knowledge. There are some familiar names though. Let's not forget about guys like Ron Wotus, obviously franchise coach there. Ron Wotus has been around for a long time, and he is a great third base coach. And Andrew Bailey was a A's closer, and he won the Rookie of the Year in 2009. He is a former All-Star, and obviously he knows what he's doing out there, and hopefully he'll be a great pitching coach. Brian Bannister also started 114 career games, mostly with the Kansas City Royals, but he was a very popular assistant pitching coach for the Red Sox. So there is a mix of a different variety of people, some who are very strong coaches who have been educated on how to coach and who are really good at communicating with others. And then you have as well, and hopefully all of them have those attributes, but there's also some who have big league experience, and of course longtime coaches like Ron Wotus. So it's a nice mix. But that is a big list of names. Like I said, I go into details on all those guys in my other video. But for this video, we're going to focus on the 4 new hires. So I'm going to run through these names, and then we'll go in depth into each hire. We have first base / outfield / running coach, and basically he's going to be the first base coach, but he's also going to help the outfielders, and he's going to help the running game, which needs a lot of help, and that is Antoine Richardson from the Bahamas. So that is going to be a nice hire, hopefully, for the Giants. Quality assistant coach, Nick Ortiz, and he is from Puerto Rico. He's obviously going to be able to communicate with the Hispanic players who don't speak great English. So Nick Ortiz is going to be part of the coaching staff. And then just recently announced Major League assistant coaches Mark Hallberg, as well as Alyssa Nakken, and she is making the rounds on Twitter, a very popular hire with Giants fans and non-Giants fans alike, who are just excited that a female is getting an opportunity to be on the big league coaching staff. So a very big and historic hire, and I will get into that when I get to her. But we're going to start with the previous hires since they happened first. We're talking about Antoan Richardson and Nick Ortiz. If you're new here and you're wondering why I'm not just talking about Alyssa, it's because this is a Giants channel. I cover all Giants moves, and so I'm going to talk about all these coaches. That's just the way it's going to be, but you can jump ahead in the video if you want to see my thoughts on Alyssa, who I think is a fantastic hire as well. But let's just start with Antoan Richardson. He's from the Bahamas. This is going to be the first base coach, and he's going to be the running and outfield coach. He was originally drafted by the Giants, so he is a Giant. He was drafted in 2005. He had a cup of coffee in the big leagues with the Atlanta Braves and New York Yankees, and he actually was very successful in a very small sample size, 7 for 20 with 6 steals. Unfortunately, he never got an extended opportunity, and he had over 315 minor league stolen bases and was only caught 58 times. He knows the running game. He has speed, or he's had speed when he played. I mean, the guy obviously knows how to steal bases. It's not just about having speed. It's about how to steal bases, how to watch the pitcher, and how to know when to take off. And this guy clearly is knowledgeable on that. And the Giants are a team that only stole 47 bases in 2020, good enough for 28th in the major leagues. Only the Cubs and Twins were worse. And the Cubs and Twins are really good teams with a lot of power, so they make up for that. The Giants don't necessarily make up for that. The Giants are a team that really needs to steal bases because they don't have a lot of pop in that lineup. So Antoan Richardson, this is a guy who has a ton of minor league experience, and he is always been known as someone who can communicate ideas well. He's a public speaker. He does interviews. I mean, he's just really good at speaking and dealing with players and things like that from what I can find out. So Antoine Richardson, former San Francisco Giant organizational player, and he is now going to be part of the big league club as a first base coach, and he's going to help with that running game and the outfielders. I think it sounds like a great hire, and really happy about that move. Second, quality assurance coach Nick Ortiz. This quality assurance role is usually for someone who can communicate with pretty much all the players. So you're going to probably want to be bilingual, which he is, and he is going to be able to talk with all the players, transfer all that knowledge. He's going to be somebody who knows the game really well. He has had a gigantic professional career, no MLB experience, but he played in the minors with Boston, with the Expos, with Cleveland, with Kansas City, with the Yankees, Cubs, Dodgers, and he ended up with over 5,000 professional at-bats, career 260 minor league hitter, and he also spent the last 4 years managing in the low-level minors for the Yankees. Baseball lifer from Puerto Rico. This is Nick Ortiz. Again, don't know any of these coaches personally. All you can go on is based on their experience, based on where they've worked, and it seems like this is a perfect fit for the job as a quality assurance coach. I don't know how this whole coaching machine is going to work because it's so deep and so big, but obviously everyone is going to have a part, a role to play, and hopefully it somehow, some way translates into the players' minds and onto the field where we get ultimately what we all want as Giants fans, which is more wins, a better team out there, but also a good and positive environment out there. This is going to be interesting here, this gigantic staff that Kapler is putting together. But now let's get to the latest hires, and the hire they're getting is all the attention, obviously, for obvious reasons. Giants have hired Alyssa Nakken, former softball star at Sacramento State, and Gabe Kapler on this hire and on this position of assistant coach has said, in every organization, environment affects performance, and baseball clubhouses are no different. That's why, in addition to assisting the rest of the coaching staff on the field, Mark and Alyssa will focus on fostering a clubhouse culture that promotes high performance through, among other attributes, a deep sense of collaboration and team. So a little vague on what the exact role is going to be, obviously talking about fostering a positive clubhouse environment, and that's fantastic. But we're also going to take a look and see who we're dealing with here. And Alyssa Nakken is not just anybody. She has worked within the Giants organization for a while now, and she was a 3-time all-conference player. She earned a master's in sports management from University of San Francisco 2015, part of the 2014 Giants as an intern in baseball operations, and that was, of course, that World Series championship team of 2014. Since then, she has worked in various roles in health and wellness and other programs as well for the Giants. Clearly knows the city, knows the culture, although it's an ever-changing culture. She knows what's going on in San Francisco. Clearly very smart, experienced, knowledgeable. So it's obviously a historic hire, and hopefully she thrives in the role, and it seems like she's got a great resume behind her. And I always said Gabe Kapler, he gives a crap. He cares about winning. He's passionate out there. He might not be the best manager. He may have made some questionable moves with the Phillies, but I think he always had winning at heart. He always wants to go out there and win games. We'll find out how he does with the Giants. But as far as his coaching hires, I believe that this is going to be a good hire. And remember, this coaching staff is very deep. It's a machine. It has all parts, experience, less experience, minor league career guys who barely played in the minors. And now you have Alyssa Nakken, who has a master's in sport management. She played at Sac State, so hopefully she'll bring her knowledge and experience into the position. Mark Hallberg is also going to be assistant coach, son of an international school administrator, so he was born in Saudi Arabia, of all places, and he also lived in places like Pakistan growing up. He was drafted in 2007 by the D-backs, had a 5-year minor league career, decent hitter at 277 average, and he went to Florida State, and he was roommates with one Buster Posey. And he just recently was a manager in the Giants system as he managed the single-A team Salem Kaiser Volcanoes in 2019. And that is a team that had the likes of Hunter Bishop, Alexander Canario, Marco Luciano. So Mark Hallberg, also a hire from within. Keep in mind, these coaches were coming from within the Giants system. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them came from within the Giants system already, so they know what's going on with the San Francisco Giants, so that's pretty cool. And this is a guy who also has a lot of experience in the game of baseball. and he should know what he's doing up there. And again, Kapler's not just going to hire a bunch of nobodies. Also, they kind of seem like a bunch of nobodies. Like, who are these people? But at the end of the day, we got to give this a chance and see how it works. So congratulations on the big hire, on the historic hire. That's great. But this is a Giants channel. Again, we're focused on the Giants as a whole. And I think these coaching moves are interesting. I don't know, but I think that I'm happy with all the hires, and we're going to find out going forward how it works out for the San Francisco Giants. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Put down below what you think of these new hires and of the Giants coaching staff. You probably won't be able to mention everybody. Otherwise, your computer will run out of data from putting all that information into the comment section. You can't put that much info because YouTube will just shut down. But do mention a few of the coaches. Let me know what you think. If you have opinion on these new hires, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Alyssa Nakken. She is going to be the assistant coach now, along with Mark Hallberg. What do you think of these coaches? And let me know below, and let's talk about it. So San Francisco Giants, they're coming hard in 2020, going for it all. We got Drew Smyly. He's going to win the Cy Young, or someone already put it in the comments. Drew Smyly for the Cy Young in 2020. It's happening, okay? That's a joke, by the way. Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. See ya! When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the